Hey everyone, this is Demetrius with Demetrius Dowdell Success Academy, and I am super excited. Why am I excited? Because I am excited about the healthcare business coaching series. Yay! This is video number 4 of our Healthcare Business Coaching 101 series, and it is on one of my favorite topics, and that is research. I love research. I love learning. I love teaching. So research is right up my alley. I love it. But before we get into the coaching series, I want to encourage you right now, if you have not logged on to Demetrius Dowdell Success Academy YouTube, to like, subscribe, and to share. I would like to encourage you to do so. I also would like for you to log on to the YouTube channel in order for you to be able to get the 10 tips that I provided for you to absolutely starting a healthcare business for absolutely free. So for you to be able to follow along through the coaching series easily, I would encourage you to at least watch the prior two teachings on starting your healthcare business for free, and it's a total of 10 tips, and you'll see both of them on the YouTube channel uploaded already. And if you have not already subscribed to Demetrius Dowdell Success Academy, then I would encourage you to please do so that you can get and take advantage, get all of the updates and take advantage of the information that we are providing for you, because we do want you to be successful with starting your healthcare business. So I just have one more announcement before we jump right into the coaching series. The platform, I had to change up the platform just a little bit on how I wanted to deliver the coaching sessions to you. All of them will be on my Demetrius Dowdell Success Academy YouTube, where you can be able to, it's uploaded properly and you're able to see the entire presentation. I wanted to use this presentation style to coach you through these particular series, so that as I am coaching you through them, you also have a visual aid to go along with the coaching session, so that way when you're taking your notes and you're writing it down, you can actually see it right there on the screen as we move along. So that's why I wanted to do this type of format. But it is not going to be uploaded to my Instagram TV, and it will not be uploaded to the Facebook page. However, there will be some highlights on the healthcare business coaching series on the Instagram and the Facebook. So if you want to find some of the highlights or the extras that to these coaching series, then that is where I'll be posting those particular extras or highlights. Now, without further ado, I will go ahead and get started with the business coaching series for today, and that is research. This is just our copyright disclaimer. Now, the objective and the reason that I'm bringing you this particular coaching series is to provide you with key tools or skills to organize your 10 tips on starting a healthcare business for free. Now, let me just make it very clear, because I don't want anyone to misunderstand me. Will you ever need money to start your healthcare business? Yes. Do not make any mistake about it. But we are going to get to that part, because we're also going to be looking at different ways that you can look at raising money or have access to funding in order to start your healthcare business for free. So, what I am merely saying is that you can you can make moves, you can make plans, you can do things towards getting your business started for free. You can get those things started, because a lot of times we make the mistake and think that the business starts when the doors are open. No, 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 no. There's so much more to starting a business than when we finally get to cut the ribbon and say, this is grand opening day. There's so much more that had to be put in it. Like I told you, my philosophy: the minute that you have the thought and you entertain that thought that you want to start a business, your business has just been born. So therefore, it is time to take action in order to bring that particular company or that particular um, um, well, yeah, company, because we're talking about a healthcare business. So to bring that business into fruition. And so there's tons of things that we can do to get this business started that doesn't cost us at all. So the main thing that I want you to do is just move on it, act upon these things so that it keeps you motivated and it keeps pushing you to go to that next level. Okay. So without further ado, let's keep it moving. Homework check. Now, I want to see how many people paid attention. And if you could, write me a comment in the comment section, because I want to see how many people paid attention that on the last video for planning, I did not assign you any homework. So for the homework check this session, which I told you before, each one of these series, you are going to have some homework that is going to be assigned, and we are going to be doing a homework check to find out if you are actually following along and getting the most benefit out of these coaching sessions. So for the homework check, you don't have any this time, but don't worry, you didn't get off that easily, because in this video right here, you do have some at the end of the video. So pay attention to the coaching session. Now, we are going to talk about, as I have stated to you at least 3 times, we are going to talk about research. Now, on some of my previous teaching, as I informed you, please do not stray away from terminology or what we consider as um, proper terminology. You shy away from it because you feel that you don't know the meaning of it. At Demetrius Dowdell Success Academy, we're here to help you understand the correct terminology for it and to also break it down so that everyone can understand exactly what it is. So don't shy away from terminology. Embrace it, learn from it, and move forward with the information. Research is just a fancy word of simply saying a careful or thorough gathering of information about something. How simple was that? You want to know something? Guess what? Go and gather the information about it. Guess what you're now doing? Researching. Simple as that. And that is what we're going to talk about and coach through today. We're going to coach through using some very simple steps, 5 simple steps, to be able to teach you a simple research strategy for you to be able to apply to gathering information for starting your healthcare business. Now, 5 basic research tips. This will help you conduct the most simplest research, and you can use these 5 basic tips on anything that you would like to research. And the reason I make that statement is because when you're getting ready to start this business, I want you to understand this. As you're preparing to open this business, be the CEO, the president, the founder, the administrator, whatever your title is, I want you to understand 2 simple things. The first thing I want you to understand is you have just signed up to be a lifelong student. You are a lifelong student. things are changing always in the healthcare industry. We as healthcare business owners have to be aware of the changes in order for us to be able to make the correct changes in our facility. Because of the nature of our business, we have to stay on top of these in order to be able to change quickly with the industry and make sure that we are following the rules that we're governed by, to make sure that we're applying those rules in the setting to take care of our clients. Okay. And the second thing that I want you to understand is that research applies to just about everything. There are so many things that you have to understand, and you have to know that you're going to have to find the answers. Answers are not going to always just fall right into your lap. So if you understand, get a basic understanding of, researching, then you will be able to gather that information that is necessary. Knowledge is power. So I want you to understand, those two concepts when you're thinking about starting a business, especially in the healthcare industry. Now, the first tip when you're wanting to conduct research is to find a quiet place. Why do I say that? Because you need to be able to think. You want to find somewhere where you can actually sit down, gather your thoughts, and be able to think. I do not recommend, and I repeat, I do not recommend trying to conduct your research in your comfort zone. What can be your comfort zone? Your comfort zone is anywhere where it's so easy for you to feel so comfortable and lax that you can just, I'm so relaxed at this in this particular area or this particular space that I'm sitting in. I'm so relaxed, I can just fall right asleep. That is a huge no-no. You're not going to get anything accomplished in your comfort zone. So the best thing for you to do when you're finding that quiet place is allow that quiet place to be quiet, of course, and somewhere where you can still be able to get that the quietness, but also in a place that puts you in the mind frame of I'm here to do the research, and right after I'm done with this research, then I can go to my comfort zone and I can take me a nap because because you are gathering information is very important because you are this information you're applying to your blueprint. Your blueprint is where you're going with this business. You need that blueprint. It's important. And you don't want to be in an environment where you're supposed to be concentrating, you're supposed to be focusing, but yet all you can think about, you're so comfortable, all you can think about is just grabbing your blanket right there and just curling up and going to sleep. No, we can't have that. You are going to be successful CEOs, you're going to be successful entrepreneurs. So we need you to get in a space, get in a zone, get in that mental mind frame that, look, I'm here to work, I'm here to do this. Your local libraries are great places. Your local coffee cafes, you have various around town, your local coffee cafes. Those are perfect places in order to get that peace of mind and kind of get in that mind frame of I'm here to work and I got to get this done. Now, the next tip is to gather a notepad, journal, and a pen. Now, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, really, Demetrius, did you just gather a notepad, journal, and a pen? I sure did. And the reason for that, let me tell you what one of the biggest time wasters are when you're trying to conduct research. You're logging onto your device, or you're logging on your device, whether it's your iPhone or your mobile phone or laptop or whatever it is that you use, and you're looking up the information and you're seeing a lot of some really good information that you're finding. And in this case, we're talking about our healthcare business that we're going to be researching. So you're finding a lot of good information about this and you didn't write it down. Now, a couple of days later, you think about it. Oh, yeah, I did. I saw that somewhere. So now you're researching it again and you're going back through the same thing because you have no reference point to what it is that you've already, the sites that you've already been to. You don't have a reference point. So you're spending time trying to refine those reference points that you found the first time. What are you doing? You're wasting a whole lot of time. In your mind, you may think that you're really researching, but what you're doing is you're really wasting a whole lot of time. Why? Because those that good information that you got that first time, that good information, those websites that were, that you were found the information on, those reference points, it would have saved you a whole lot of time when you needed that piece of information again, if you would have simply written those things down, the pieces of information that you had found the first time, you had written them down, you had taken some notes. So now, if there's more that you needed to add onto that, or you needed to remember something about what you had already researched, now you can go directly to the source that you know that you had already seen it on before, rather than conducting a whole nother search, spending 30 minutes trying to conduct a whole nother search, whereas you can look at what you've written down, use your notes to look at what you've written down, and now you have saved yourself literally, you have saved yourself 28 minutes of doing this, because it took you 2 minutes to go back to the one source that you had already gathered the information about. So if you take that 28 minutes and you keep multiplying it to time wasted, you get my point. Now, the next tip: choose which type of senior care business you are interested in starting. Remember, we are building our blueprint here. This is something very, very important. When I talk about the senior care business or the healthcare business, this is what I'm talking about. These four, which we at Demetrius Daughter Success Academy specialize in, these four types of businesses that cater services to our senior citizens. We have the assisted living facility, the adult family care home, the homemaker and companion agency, or the non-skilled home health agency. Of those four, you need to be able to know which one of those you are wanting to start, and you have to remember that you are writing the blueprint for whichever one that you want to start. If you're all over the place, we get right back into wasting time. Okay, time is our friend in the business world. Time is our friend, and it's our worst enemy when we're talking about entrepreneurs. So we don't like to waste any time, because that's how time becomes our enemy. We don't like to waste time. We want to put things in the simplest form with the shortest amount of time and get the most effect out of what we are doing. Okay, so time waster is an enemy in the business world. So when you choose which one of the senior care businesses that you are interested in, you are now ready to start the blueprint, and you are now ready to begin that journey. Now, the next tip is start a Google search that looks like, and here's an example. You can use any of the search engines to be able to get the information that is needed. But the most simplest that came to mind is the Google search. So you can start it off by typing into Google, what is and fill in the blank with one of the type of healthcare businesses that you would like to start. So, for example, if you wanted to start a homemaker and companion agency, you would enter, what is a homemaker and companion businesses? And in return, you're going to get different resources that pertains to information about a homemaker companion company. So when you take that information, you're going to take that information, you're going to read it, and you're going to take some notes and gather ideas about, what is this particular type of company? What do I need to understand about this particular type of company? And another thing that is going to also point out is, if that's not what you thought that particular company was, then guess what? Go to the next one, and maybe the one that that you thought you were, really interested in, you find that maybe that's not the one. It's actually this particular one over here that you're really interested in. But you would not have known that if you would not have conducted the research. So I want you to be able to gather as much information about your company that you possibly can. Okay. Now, here's where a consultant or a business coach, healthcare business coach come in. Hint, 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 me. Um, we can help you pretty much narrow down that information, uh, explain that information and help you put those information in categories or steps in order to help you move towards your final goal, which is opening that particular type of organization. So that's where, as a business consultant and as a business coach, we still want you to be knowledgeable about what it is that you want to get started. The reason being is because at the end of the day, this is your vision, okay? This is your vision. This is something that you want to start. So a good consultant or coach, hint, hint, will encourage you to be able to find out information about what it is that you want to start, because they want to also equip you with that knowledge. Because as I started out telling you before, that you have just signed up to be a lifelong learner, okay? Because the healthcare industry is always changing and you are going to need to be able to understand, what it is you're doing, how these changes are taking place, at least have knowledge of it. And then you can have your consultant to help, or your coach to help clarify these things in order to help you implement it inside of your organization. Now, a side note on that is that this particular example works for all subjects or topics. So whatever it is that you want to research, whatever it is that you want to find out about, even if it's as simple as a definition, if you're trying to understand the definition of something, don't run from it. Approach it head on, stare it right in the face, and guess what? Type it in. And you will begin to find information about that. Write it down so that way once you have gained that knowledge about that particular topic or subject or definition, you now have it and you can apply it to your company and how to, apply it to your blueprint in order for your organization to run smoothly. And the last tip that I would like to give you, that's part of research, is to take notes and study them so you know exactly what you're getting into. Your information that you are gathering is not something to just sit, put in a notebook or a journal and sit in the corner and collect dust. No, that is not what that is for. You're taking those notes because you're going to actually take those notes and you're going to organize those notes and you're going to apply that to composing your blueprint, putting that blueprint all together. So this is how you're going to take that research and make it make sense and apply it to your end result, which is opening your own business, whether it's an agency or whether it's a senior care home. Regardless of the fact, that information is still very important and it is vital in order for you to be able to be a success in your company. Now, if you have any questions, because this is not a live Q&A session, if you have any questions, I am going to provide my contact information on the very next slide. I'm going to provide my contact information. You can contact me, or oh, yeah, you can contact me, or you can write in the comment section. You can write that in the comment section, what your question is, and and I will respond. So, without further ado, you do have homework. Yay! I told you you were not going to get away with having homework for this particular session. So you are going to list 3 new facts about the business you want to start based on the new research you completed. I want you to list 3 new facts. Don't just think of something and write down that, either you've already know or you've heard from someone. No, I want you to actually take the time to type in your the type of organization that you want to start. Find out 3 new facts about it, and I want you to put that in your notebook and study it and begin to study those 3 facts so that you can build on those facts as we move through the coaching session. So you do have homework. So on the next homework check, we will be checking this. And our very next video is going to be price. We're going on a pricing spree. Yay! Because if you're like me, I love shopping. So now notice I did not say shopping spree. I love shopping, but notice I did not say we're going on a shopping spree. It's because remember, we are coaching our way through starting a healthcare business absolutely free. Okay, we are starting this thing for absolutely free. So, like I told you before, my philosophy, yes, at some point you are going to have money in order to be able to, successfully start your business. But that does not mean that you have to have money to start it. Okay, begin the process of starting it. So we are going on a pricing spree. I'm excited about that video. So gear up until the next time. Here's my contact information. So as I stated before, if you have any questions, you can contact me on any way that you see up here on the screen, any way that you choose, so that you can ask the question. If you want to find out more about our consulting and business coaching services, you can also contact me here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share on the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, the YouTube, as well as Instagram TV. So please don't forget for any of those platforms, and make sure all of your notification buttons are turned on, so that way when we do drop new videos or information, that you definitely have access first to that information. So I am excited about the next one, and don't forget, next video, pricing spree. Until then, you have a wonderful weekend.